Good morning. Hey, don't you hate when the grease pop, you ain't got no shirt on? As we know, there's no such thing as a perfect camera. And in this world, I'm not loyal to any particular brand. I use Sony, I use Canon, I use Fuji. But it got me to thinking, what if you could make the perfect camera? What would that camera look like? In this video today, I'm gonna discuss, what features I would take from each of these cameras. And if I can combine them, I'm gonna try to paint the picture of how I think that perfect camera would look. All right, so first I'm gonna start with the EOS R. And some of the features I'm gonna take from this camera. Now I'm gonna take the grip because it's one of the most comfortable cameras I found myself holding, even though it's not a particularly light camera for a mirrorless camera, but we're not gonna consider weight when it comes to this perfect camera that I'm dreaming up. I'm also gonna take the mount from the EOS R because it's the biggest mount that I own. Out of all the cameras I own, it's the biggest mount. So it gives us more room for innovation for future lenses. Like they've been doing with the EOS R. They have some really nice lenses like the 28-70 f2 is a crazy zoom, and then also the 15-35, which I'm currently testing out as we speak. Also, I'm gonna take Canon's dual pixel autofocus because it's pretty reliable. And then the last thing that I'm gonna take from Canon is gonna be that flip around screen. Next, I'm gonna take the XH1 and I'm gonna take the overall form factor, including the dials. Instead of having this little screen here, I'm gonna put a Sony dial here where I can put some customized buttons. So that's gonna be a feature I'm gonna take from Sony. But I'm gonna have the dials that you have here, which you have your ISO and your shutter speed all up top, and as well as the switch function, so you can switch between your photos and your videos, and the overall form factor. I think the X6-1 is a beautiful camera. Fuji just has some beautiful looking cameras, but speaking of Fuji, the features that I'm gonna take from here is the internal specs of this camera. I'm gonna use Fuji's sensor, however, it's gonna be full frame sensor though. So this is imaginary world, so just go with it, guys, go with it. But the internal, because this is the only camera that I own that shoots 4K 60. It has some of the best bit rates that you can find in the camera. So I'm gonna probably take those out because it's a lot of customization when it comes to, whether you're shooting in 4K 60 or you're shooting 10-bit internal. It's a bunch of features internally that I'm gonna be taking out of this camera right here. So next up, we got the Sony a7 III, which is my favorite hybrid camera. It's a very well-balanced photo and video camera. I'm gonna take this dial here where you can set up customized buttons. So like right now on my Sony camera, the way I have it set up, I have 4K set up on one dial, and then on another custom dial, I have 120 frames a second, and then another dial, I have 1080 for low light settings, and then another dial, I have it set for photos. As far as lenses are concerned, it would be somewhere in between Fuji and Canon RF lenses. I love the build and quality of Fuji's lenses. However, because we have that bigger RF mount, we're gonna innovate a little bit more like Canon's been doing with their lenses and get a little bit bigger, but kinda, sticking to the Fuji method because the quality is so great. So I know this is a strange video and you're probably thinking like, what would this camera actually look like? And it looked like this. Anyways, I hope this video was interesting to you. And bruh, hey, you making content about content? I mean, yeah, I'm making a video about content. Kind of whack though, you know what I'm saying? Okay, look, that's kind of whack. Let me just content about content. Can I just do my outro? Thank you. All right, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Hey, so what do you know about the Joker?
I don't know anything about Joker.